I could spend all my time watching YouTube videos when I should be making a video. And as promised, I want to talk about my Blackplanet stories. Blackplanet was a website that functioned much as MySpace did back in the day. And I believe it was circa 2003 to about 2009 to 2010 in its glory days. But I'm going to center around maybe the periods of between 2005 to 2009 or something like that. I think that was when I was most active on there. So Blackplanet, and the way how it functioned was that you would make your profile page, and from that you would then get to edit your page. And this was back in the time where you could put music on your page and all that sort of stuff. And I don't have the receipts because I don't even think that stuff was possible back then. Screenshotting. Screenshotting wasn't a thing back then. But anyway, just take my word for it. So at this time, smartphones weren't even really in existence and as prevalent as they are now. So this was the period I believe I maybe had just got Motorola Razor phone. It was the second version of it. So and also you had to have a computer really to use Blackplanet back then. It wasn't mobile friendly at that time, but I was starting to meet girls. So this is in no particular order either, because the time periods which I met them are just too vague. I don't remember the names either, so I won't have any issue about that. But if they are watching, hello, how you been? It's been a while. So this girl, we're gonna call her Hairy Butt. It's very fucked up, I know, but her butt was hairy. What could I say? But I was the motherfucker that decided to do something anyway with her. So this was a time on Blackplanet where I was so confident in the way that I looked that if I did get in the girl's inbox, if you could call it that at the time, I guess that's what it was, getting the DMs, and she was interested, it didn't really matter to me if she had a picture or not. Again, at this time, you had to have a digital camera to be able to have pictures and a computer. So if you didn't have a digital camera with a USB cord that connected to the computer, it just wasn't a chance you were going to be able to have a picture of you. So it wasn't that much of a shock to see some women with no profile pictures. And this particular lady, that's what was going on. She had no profile picture. I wrote her. She was interested to meet up, to link up. And she lived not too far from me. So we were in the same county, just in different cities. I went to see her. No, she actually came to see me to a certain part of the journey, and the other half basically we would go to my house the rest of the way. And when she came over, or when we were going to meet at a McDonald's. So we met at this McDonald's, and she described what she was wearing. So when I seen her, I just kind of closed my eyes, just like, oh, shit. But what could you do, really? It was already about to happen. I knew that was the risk I was taking, going to see her. And basically, we ended up coming to my place, and there was no Netflix at the time. Netflix did not exist, at least in the version that we all know it today. So we just started doing stuff. And this was in my mom's basement at the time. But one thing led to another. We started doing things, and yeah, I had noticed that her butt was kind of hairy, like her cheeks. But it was nice size, so I didn't care. I could have just got some clippers or trimmers, but she was all natural, I guess you could say. That's cool now, right? Women to be all natural and everything. That's cool, right? It's being progressive now. So she was ahead of her time. And it wasn't a little after we done it. I think we were watching TV or something, and she was mentioning to me how for her man, she would get him whatever he wanted: Jordans, a PlayStation, money, etc. And I was listening to her say this, and I was like, cool. That's cool, because in my mind, I wasn't going to be getting, I didn't want none of that stuff from her. I was already kind of thinking about the next person I was going to meet. But I was still a gentleman, and this was on the bus, so I took, I think it was 2 city buses to get back to her place, or in her area, her vicinity. And I said bye, gave her a hug and all that stuff, and I never talked to her again, I think. I don't even think I gave her my phone number. Or no, I did give her my phone number at the time. But yeah, that was a long time ago. So that was that story. And looking back, now that I'm a single father and I got kids and stuff, I would never do nothing like that now. But at that time, I think I had so much peer pressure. That wasn't my friend's fault, but it just was a sign of the times to like have sex with women, have sex with as much women as you could. And I was one of the first of my friends to start doing online dating, if you could even call it that back then. For Blackplanet, wasn't really a dating platform. It was more of just a social network. But I turned it into a dating platform. I was one of the first to do it of my friends, and they all thought, like, why would you go meet this person? They're probably a dude, etc. And in that case, it was a strike to a certain degree, that she wasn't all that attractive or interesting. But later on in the other stories you'll hear, I got better with meeting women and talking with them and stuff like that, online anyway. But that's pretty much that story. I have not seen her till this day. I don't even remember her name. Honestly, would I be able to recognize her? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I even be able to recognize her if I seen her in the street. Sometimes I had nightmares that, we had a kid, but no, I wore protection that day. So, yeah. Hopefully there's no mystery kid out there. But anyway, just thought I'd share the story and get the ball rolling with the YouTube videos. My next video, it may be shorter, not really sure. And thanks for watching, if you happen to.